Hey guys, this is a quick video for you future home buyers out there who are trying to decide between buying a condo or buying a single family home. I'm not going to restate what a lot of other people are saying about the differences to each, but I want to emphasize two very important points that might greatly alter the way you look at each and which one is better to own in the long run, with all things being equal. Whether you're an real estate investor who is going to rent it out to someone or a homeowner who is going to live in it, I think both camps can agree that they want to see their property go up in value as much as possible in the future. And when and if you do sell your property because your life priorities change, you want to sell it for the highest price to the biggest pool of buyers. Now, being a full-time real estate investor for 10 plus years, I've had direct experience in buying both and owning both for a period of time. Full disclosure, recklessly bought a condo in Las Vegas in 2005 and just recently sold it last year. I still own a condo from which I bought a long time ago in Raleigh, North Carolina, near the Research Triangle Park, which is a growing area on the East Coast. In my career, I've also bought a lot of single-family homes in different parts of the United States and also in my backyard in San Francisco. So to get on with it, the first major difference between a single-family house versus a condo is that condos have HOA dues every month. I just want to emphasize that as a real estate investor or a homeowner living in the condo, the monthly homeowners association dues is an added expense that most single-family homes just don't have. And the ones that do have that HOA expense, it's very minimal from what I've experienced. I have a single family home in Nashville that I've owned for 15 plus years. And in that neighborhood, I believe the HOA dues are about $30 a month. So with the single family homes, the HOA dues it's very minimal. It's not a big chunk of change every month that has to come out of your pocket. Generally, the HOA is a mandatory expense that covers the upkeep of the exterior of the building. It's an expense that can range from $200 to $500 per month, depending on the area you live in and also the quality of the building itself. I reside in San Francisco, the most expensive city in the United States. And here, it's actually common to see HOA dues in the range of $1,000 to $2,000 a month. I know, a pretty hefty bill at the beginning of every month. With condos, you have an extra bill every month, which can be quite sizable compared to buying a single family home where usually there are no HOA dues. Now, looking at this through the lens of a real estate investor, this HOA expense, in my opinion, greatly affects my return on my investment, because at the end of the month, this added expense affects my cash flow for my rented property. And as a homeowner who is going to live there, this expense creates a bigger hole in your pocket every month that you have to actually pay with your hard-earned dollars. So here, because of this added expense with condominiums, the single-family home wins out on this point right here. I had a friend who called me recently to ask me about my advice. He was about to purchase a condo as an investment property, and he really didn't understand the numbers and how this HOA expense every month would affect his return on investment. I couldn't really tell him to back out of the deal because he was already way too deep in the process and he would lose his deposit if he did. But in the end, he understood that buying a single family home might have been a better route for him. I want to emphasize that each person's lifestyle, preferences, life situation, and geographic locale is different. So please take my 2 cents within the context of your own life and your own needs. The second glaring difference between owning a condo and owning a single family home, and I think it's even more important or more glaring than the HOA expense, is that condos are the last to rise in price and the first to fall in price in a real estate cycle. This point is not really emphasized or talked about much outside of real estate investment circles, but I really want to emphasize it here. The real estate market operates in cycles where there are up years followed by down years. It's really no different than any other market. So to briefly explain what I mean here is that when you see this very basic chart here, and at the top of the cycle is where condos usually appreciate the fastest and fall the quickest, right around here. You see here in the beginning of this upward trend, single family houses are appreciating, but usually condos here are not appreciating at the same rate as single family houses. So as an example, if a house is appreciating at 5% per year due to supply and demand, you might see a condo rising 2% per year. And here near the top, at the tail end of the cycle, condos start appreciating at a higher rate. And as we come to the end of the cycle, condos are usually the first to fall as we enter the down cycle. Now the question is, why are they the last to rise in price and the first to fall in price? And the answer is actually pretty simple. The reason is that most people, given their first choice, do not prefer to buy condos with shared walls and shared communal spaces. Most people, given their ability, prefer single family homes because it's what we really desire when we want to buy a property. As a culture, it's what we imagine owning a home to be. It's our idyllic image of property ownership. I truly believe that as we mature and age in life, we desire more personal space in our lives compared to our younger years. We want a home with a yard, and we want to have more space and have a separation between our neighbors. So this phenomena that condos are the last to rise in price and the first to fall is that prospective home buyers, ideally looking for a single family home, are priced out of the market due to the price increases over the years. And now they are forced to look at condos as the last remaining resort to achieve their dreams of home ownership. So in essence, that is why you see a higher rate of condos appreciating in the last year or two in the upcycle. Now, on the flip side, condos are the first to fall in price due to the fact that there's a lot of speculation in the market during this time from investors. Remember, during the height of any cycle, there always seems to be a lot more euphoria and greed in the atmosphere. So the speculation going on in the real estate market is not a real fundamental demand for condos, where prices are going up for the right reasons. So to recap, when there is a shift from a rising market to a declining market, speculation ends and inventory for sale actually builds very quickly. There's more supply than demand for a product that most people would prefer not to buy if they had their first choice. And the end result is a faster declining price compared to single family homes. Now, my personal experience of owning a condo versus my single family home investments pretty much mirror this. I remember during the last Great Recession of 2008, the condo I bought for $130K dropped like a rock to $70K, while single family homes in that same area or neighborhood held on to their value better. They just didn't drop as much. And as I mentioned in the beginning of my video, I sold my Las Vegas condo recently, and it actually took longer to sell compared to single family homes in that area. The days on market were just longer, and I think I think it took like 3 months to sell, whereas maybe single family homes during that time in the market only took a month. If I knew then what I know now, I would have just stuck to single family home investing, because in general, you don't have an HOA expense that creates a bigger hole in your wallet. And single family homes are just a product that is the first choice or the first preference of most home buyers. Because of that, it equates to them holding their value longer in a down market, and also rises quicker and longer when a market starts appreciating, because it's what people really want. I think for me, if you have the financial ability, own a property that is the first choice by most buyers. The property will appreciate higher, and it will also be easier to sell due to generally higher demand from buyers. So I hope this video helps some of you out there. And I want to remind you, please take what I say in the context of your own life. Everybody's situation is different. Everybody's where they live is different. Sometimes condos are a better option if you live in a city, if you want to be close by to work, or if you want to live right by the amenities where all the entertainment is. And sometimes you just don't want to deal with the upkeep of the outside of the building. Everybody's situation is different. If you got any value out of this video, please hit the like button and please subscribe. In my next few videos, I'll be talking about where homes in the United States are appreciating at a faster rate in the future versus other parts of the United States. I think that would be pretty interesting. And for those who are going to be buying homes in those areas where it's appreciating faster, I think that they will be doing quite well for themselves. So stay tuned and see you on the next go around. And if you like this, please click on the subscribe button. In my next video, I'll be talking about where homes in the US will be appreciating faster in the future and the reasons why. It might be a 2 or 3 part series, but it'll be very interesting. And I think if you were to buy a home in these areas, you'll probably be doing very well in the future. So please subscribe and stay tuned. Thank you.